Hey, it's Hal from Mutt Amps. Every once in a while, I bring home a pound puppy, and this is the latest one. It's a Stradolin 550R solid state amp. Came all the way from the 1980s. We're going to take a look at it, see what it does here in just a minute. Stick around. All right, let's take a quick look at what we have here. First of all, 12-inch speaker. It is a Rolla. Not bad. Metal cone, metal dust cap, actually. On the faceplate, we have a foot switch jack and gain, and we have treble and bass here. On-off switch right here. Light tells you it's on. Turn that off. Over here we have 3 input jacks. We have a bright, an instrument, and a mic jack. And right here we have reverb and the foot switch. Now, why they put the foot switch activators on either side of the chassis, I don't know. And why they didn't run it into one plug so you could use a 2-switch foot pedal. Again, that's lost to history. I don't know why. But this was in pretty good shape. You have a plastic handle. The Tolex or Rhino hide or whatever they want to call it is in pretty good shape. The badging's in nice shape. Turn it around real quick. Get a look right there. That is the Rolla speaker, coded 285, which indicates Rolla. It's got a sticker on it from Multivox. Yes, that's it. Multivox was actually a brand of different things, synthesizers, amps, musical equipment of the Peter Sorkin company. I think at this point it had been sold to somebody else because I think this amp, there's some evidence that it was built around 1984. I saw some markings on the chassis, and the speaker date code says 1983. So I'd say it's early to mid 80s. But it's a nice little amp. Compact, probably about 15 watts on a good day with your volume and your gain turned all the way up. So let's take a look at let's take a listen to it actually, and see how it sounds. All right, before we get to play in here, take the pick out of my mouth. Let's look at some curious features of this. First of all, you've heard of the amps that go up to 11. Well, this one goes up to 13. 13 on the volume and 13 on the gain. The other curious thing about it is it has an EQ that starts at 0 and goes either way, negative or positive. So I'm assuming that's 0 is flat, and you can actually work with the tone, both ways. And there's the microphone or mic, normal and bright, which I'm plugged into. There's your reverb, and we'll see how this sounds. All right, I've got my trusty little P90 equipped Epiphone, and right now we've got the volume turned up to about halfway. I'm gonna grab that. Now, what impressed me about this amp to start with was its warmth. It's remarkably tube-like that way, and it's one of the things that led me to acquire it. And I think some of that has to do with the speaker. I think some of that has to do with the way it's built. I was surprised when I took the chassis out of the cabinet that there were good components in it. Siemens capacitors and Sprague orange drop capacitors, and good half-watt resistors. So everything in it was really sort of top notch for a fairly inexpensive solid state amp. Everything's kind of spread out on the board also, so should it ever need to be worked on, which it actually will, and I'll show you why in a minute. It's not going to be very tough. It's going to be pretty easy to pull the boards out and get to what I need to get to. A nice ring. Let's go with some gain. Bass there. And as you see, I haven't changed the treble or the bass. And really, for all intents, I'd be hard pressed to have a blindfold test between this and a low watt tube amp. It really sounds pretty good. All right, let's go a little plus on the bass side. Now I got out of tune there, but it gives you an idea anyway of how it sounds. Let's turn this gain up a little more. Yeah, not bad. Now, the reason I was talking about having to fix it was that was my reverb I just turned on. And as you can hear, there is no reverb. Now, it does have a nice little bagged tank in the back, and I checked that out. I pulled that, and it seems like it's in good shape. So the problem probably is in the drive circuit, which shouldn't be too hard to clean up. So once that gets going, and fortunately I have a reverb foot pedal that I can use with it for right now. All right, well, that was a quick look. And I wanted to do this video because when I was checking this thing out before I bought it, there was nothing on YouTube or anywhere, and frankly, precious little information anywhere on these amps. If you ever run across one at a garage sale, don't be afraid to buy it if the price is right. It's a nice little amp, very solid, good for practice, good for recording. And the other model, I believe the Premier P-50 is the same model. So if you ever run across one of those, it's the same amp. It seems like they did them under multiple brands. And Premier, if you've ever run across one of their tube amps, that was a brand of Multivox. So anyway, thanks for watching the little video on the Stradolin 550R. And tune in for our next video. Thanks for watching.